The year is 1939. Europe stands at a crossroads. The Treaty of Versailles casts a long shadow. Germany simmers with resentment. The global economy struggles. Political tensions simmer. Nationalism is on the rise. Seeds of conflict and peace coexist. Could a different path have been taken? What if the world had chosen diplomacy over division? It's a question that captivates historians. Imagine a world without WWII, a world where history took a different turn. The Second World War became a crucible for technological innovation. The drive to out-innovate the enemy led to breakthroughs in aviation, medicine, and computing. But what if those brilliant minds, instead of designing weapons, had focused their energies on improving life? Imagine a world where the race for better tanks and bombs became a race for faster trains and more efficient power grids. The resources poured into the war effort could have fueled an era of unprecedented scientific and technological advancement, revolutionizing transportation, communication, and healthcare. The development of antibiotics, the byproduct of wartime research, could have proceeded at an even faster pace, saving countless lives. The exploration of nuclear energy, instead of leading to the horrors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, could have ushered in an era of clean and abundant energy. The possibilities are as limitless as the human imagination itself. The development of radar, for example, which played a crucial role in the Battle of Britain, could have been applied to air traffic control, making air travel safer and more efficient. Jet propulsion, another wartime innovation, could have revolutionized civilian aviation, connecting distant corners of the globe. Instead of building weapons of mass destruction, imagine a world where the brightest minds collaborated to address the pressing challenges of hunger, disease, and poverty. World War II left many cities in ruins. London, Berlin, Tokyo. All bore the scars of bombing raids. Now imagine them untouched. Instead of rebuilding, these cities would be decades ahead in urban planning and development. Parks and public spaces would be prioritized. Architecture would reflect a more optimistic era, free from the need to rebuild and commemorate. This urban renaissance wouldn't be limited to Europe. Cities in Asia and Africa, spared from the ravages of war, could have flourished as centers of trade, culture, and innovation. The absence of wartime destruction would have allowed cities to evolve organically, preserving their historical character while embracing modernity. Imagine strolling through the heart of Berlin, not past the somber reminder of the Berlin Wall, but amidst a vibrant fusion of old and new, where grand boulevards lined with cafes and bookshops lead to soaring skyscrapers of glass and steel. The resources devoted to reconstruction could have been channeled into ambitious urban renewal projects, creating affordable housing, efficient public transportation, and vibrant cultural centres. Picture a London where the River Thames, instead of being flanked by derelict industrial sites, is a ribbon of green parks and pedestrian walkways, a testament to the city's commitment to sustainability and the well-being of its citizens. World War II led to the formation of the United Nations, an organization born from the ashes of conflict. But what if the war never happened? Would a similar organization have emerged, but with a different spirit and purpose? Without the shadow of war, international cooperation might have taken center stage. Global institutions could have focused on tackling shared challenges like poverty, disease, and climate change, fostering a spirit of unity and collaboration on an unprecedented scale. The absence of the Cold War, a defining conflict that cast a long shadow over the second half of the 20th century, could have paved the way for a more multipolar world, where power was more evenly distributed and cooperation rather than competition guided international relations. Imagine a world where the vast sums of money poured into the arms race were instead channeled into addressing global challenges, from eradicating diseases to promoting sustainable development. International organizations, freed from the constraints of Cold War rivalries, could have played a more proactive role in mediating disputes, fostering dialogue, and promoting understanding between nations. The very concept of national sovereignty might have evolved, giving way to a more interconnected and interdependent world where global citizenship was not just an aspiration but a lived reality. The march of progress, social and cultural shifts. World War II had profound effects on societies worldwide, accelerating social and cultural changes. The role of women in the workforce, the fight for civil rights, the growth of global interconnectedness, all were shaped by the war's legacy. In a world without World War II, these changes might have unfolded differently, perhaps more gradually, perhaps with less urgency, but not necessarily less profoundly. The shadows of peace-lingering darkness. A world without World War II seems idyllic, but it's important to consider the possible downsides. Would authoritarian regimes have persisted longer without the global fight against fascism? The absence of a clear moral imperative might have allowed such regimes to flourish unchecked. The horrors of the Holocaust might never have come to pass, but other forms of genocide could have emerged. The absence of the war might have prolonged colonialism with far-reaching consequences. It's essential to grapple with these complexities, acknowledging the human capacity for both good and evil. The two sides of the coin weighing utopia and dystopia. A world without World War II is a complex and multifaceted thought experiment. It presents us with both utopian and dystopian possibilities. On the one hand, we can envision a world where global cooperation flourishes, technological advancements improve lives, and cities become beacons of progress. On the other hand, we must confront the possibility of lingering authoritarian regimes, unchecked technological threats, and unforeseen social and cultural challenges. The reality likely lies somewhere in between these extremes, a world shaped by both progress and peril, a world where the absence of one global conflict doesn't preclude the emergence of new challenges. It's a reminder that the course of history is not predetermined, but rather a tapestry woven from countless individual choices and unforeseen events. The world without World War II is not a destination, but a crossroads, a point of divergence where the possibilities branch out in countless directions, each with its own unique set of opportunities and challenges. It's up to us to explore these possibilities, to learn from the past, and to shape a future that reflects our shared values and aspirations. A world of possibilities, reflecting on our own. Exploring this alternate reality allows us to step back and reflect on our own world. It prompts us to ask, what lessons can we learn from the mistakes of the past? How can we foster a more peaceful and cooperative global order? How can we harness technological advancements for the betterment of humanity? It's a reminder that the future is not predetermined, but rather something we actively shape through our choices and actions. By imagining a world without World War II, we gain a deeper appreciation for the fragility of peace and the importance of global cooperation. We're reminded that the pursuit of peace is not a passive endeavor, but rather an ongoing process that requires vigilance, empathy, and a willingness to engage with complex global challenges. The absence of war, while a necessary condition for a better world, is not sufficient in itself. It is through our collective efforts to address the root causes of conflict, to promote justice and equality, and to nurture a spirit of shared humanity that we can truly hope to build a world where the horrors of war are relegated to the history books. Conclusion: what could have been? Imagining a world without World War II is not about rewriting history, but about learning from it. It's about understanding the forces that led to conflict and exploring alternative paths that could have been taken. It's a reminder that the future is not predetermined, but rather something we actively shape through our choices and actions. By learning from the mistakes of the past and embracing the values of peace, cooperation, and empathy, we can strive to create a world where the horrors of war are never again unleashed.